peachydragon.com. Happy creative stuff.
Hey, and welcome to another exciting episode of Happy Creative Stuff. So we've been working on the 3D model of Buttercup's hair. Let's continue with that. Those are all my reference images. Okay, so we've created this one spike. It looks very extreme at the moment. If you look at the front view, you can see it's almost there, and then the side view doesn't look bad either. Maybe there is where it could improve if we... Okay, but we're going to do that now when we refine it. So in order to do this, let me just use the perspective view so we make sure we can see what's going on. All of these have only one vert at the beginning and one at the end. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into polygon edit mode, and we're going to select lines. Now if I select, I want to select all of them from bottom to top there. There we go. Oh, that's a bit confusing with the reference material on, but we need it on, so I'm not going to turn it off now. So with all of those selected, let me just check it looks correct. I'm going to select connect. Now the connect dialog, you see what it does, it automatically runs one down the middle. I'm going to select, make that maybe 3. That looks like the geometry right there. Okay, now when I look at this from all the views, let's look at the front view. We can now select some of these verts, for instance that vert, and move it down into the correct position. I'm not sure, I'm sort of moving them in a very two-dimensional fashion now. May not be the winning recipe. Let me do this first and then we can see if we want to adjust it. I'm not really thinking about it in 3 dimensions. I'm literally just moving it down in what would make sense in a two-dimensional manner. Let's take those, move them down a bit. At the bottom I'm fine with that one. Let's rotate around. I think maybe that one. And keep where it is and take these 2 around it and move them a bit lower. And then it's a run on effect, which means I have to take that one down. Okay, that one's already there. Take that one down. Okay, so we've got that spike there. Looks a bit like Wolverine. I think we need to take... Maybe it needs to be more rounded here. Let me just take those down. Maybe then take this one in the middle down a bit more. And then take those actually up a little. Just to balance it out. That one seems out of place. Let me move that down. It's difficult. You have to keep rotating this to see. Isolate selection. Whoops. Okay, it isolated the vert. That's not what I wanted. Okay, but there we go. Selection. I can fly around it and see where are the bumps that need smoothing. I really think there's one. Doesn't seem too bad though, but maybe that bump there. Select that one, and I'm going to select screen. Sort of a bit of a dicey way of doing it, but it's a trick I learned. I select screen and then I can just move it based on where the camera is. But you have to be careful. I think that line there might be a bit sharp, so let's bring those out. And then bring those in a little. And then bring those in a little more. Okay, I think that's as good as it's going to get for now. Okay, right click, end isolate, turn off the vert mode. Let's look at it from the side view. Looks very freaky. There from the side view. Okay, I wanted to fix that part there. Now we need to go, I think, closer to that section of it. and just figure out exactly how to do that without breaking everything else. I think it's sort of this inside section here that we need to bring out. So let me select those. Still set to screen. Should be okay. Hopefully I won't break anything too badly. I'm going to take that one back in a bit. That one back out. And then maybe the next one will also bring out a bit to give it a gradual feel. Now I'm going to go a little bit willy-nilly. I'm going to select all of those. It's probably a bad idea. Let me not do that. Just want to see how to get out here. I'm selecting and then I'm checking there to see where it is that I've selected this. Okay, let's go back to right view. I'm going to bring that out. Okay, I think that's about as much as I can do there without risking breaking this whole model. Don't really want to bring those out. So I'm alt clicking them. Okay, I know this might not be as exciting as some, well, none of these are terribly exciting, but maybe this video is a bit long-winded. That's very experimental. I mean, it is polygon modeling. Okay, so I've got that one settled. I think that's as good as it's going to get. Now we're going to take the model. Now to be safe, I'm just going to duplicate this. First, let me move the anchor point back. You might not have to do this. I just did something that affected it. I'm going, cancel, select the hair. I'm going to make a duplicate just in case. And I'm going to say that is a copy. That's fine. Okay, and I'm going to isolate this object. And let's apply a standard material to it so that it's solid. What I want to do is I want to just cut this in two, down the middle exactly. So I'm going to go to the front view, make that full screen, and I'm, since there's no line here to cut it on, that's actually wrong because this should be exactly in the middle. Let me just adjust that rather, because that's the center of the sphere. We can see that. So let me take these and just move them over. Let's see, what can we do about that? Not bad. And then we can just move these inside verts over as well. Oh, that was easier than I thought it would be. Okay, so that's the exact center. Now let's take our standard geometry. We're going to take a box. Put the box there. Make sure that it is bigger than the head itself. Top view is probably good for that. Let's see, so I've got it selected in top view. Let me go to top view. Top view, so that's the back of the head and that's the front. So I'm going to select this and just make sure, I'm going to see which, okay, so length is that. Okay, we don't want to adjust the width, I'm going to adjust the height. So that's it, that's fine. Let me just go back to perspective view. And just make sure, okay, so it's completely covering that part of the head. I'm going to select this object. I'm going to go to geometry, compound object, boolean, and to add the other object to this. And we're going to want not an intersection, we want subtraction. Oh, we want it the other way around. Let's see, can I just flip them? There we go, let's make that one a union and that one a subtraction. Okay, actually, let's just go back. Maybe I need to select the hair first. Okay, hair first. Then boolean, then add an operandi of the box, and we tell that one to subtract. There we go. Convert this to an editable poly. It seems to have, let me just move this menu. Convert to editable poly. Okay, so now we have an editable poly of half the head. It's beautiful. Select that. We're going to go to front view so that we make sure everything is working perfectly horizontally. I'm going to pull that out, make a copy and mirror it. There we go. Bring this back. Now I'm going to move this around as if it's a perspective view. What I'm going to do is select the polygon on the inside on both sides. Okay, I think I need to attach. I've got this polygon selected. Let me just attach the other object to it. You have to select the object mode. Then you go down to attach. Select the other object. Okay, I have a feeling that, no, that didn't work. You just see I accidentally exited my isolate mode with that. Just do that again. I've got one selected. Attach. And attach that object. I think it doesn't want to work in isolate mode. Okay, so we have them attached to each other. I'm not sure if they were attached already or why it wasn't working properly, but it seems to be working now. Delete that inside, so we've got them separate. Now we're going to experiment a little bit. We can either weld them or join them, link them. There are different ways to do this. Okay, so once you've got both halves attached in the same polygon object, I've already selected those inside polygons and deleted them, so there's a gap. Now you can select border mode, which is this. So borders will only select holes in the model. What I can do then, now the one on the right is in the correct position, the one on the left is slightly too far out. I'm going to scroll down until I find, oh, it's up here, bridge. Now there are other ways to do this, but bridge works fine. So bridge connects the two, and now if I'm in perfect front view, I can select all the verts in the left side and just slide them in until they're pretty much exactly on top of those ones. And what I would suggest then is maybe using verts with vert selected. You can use the weld mode. Let's see if I select weld and you turn up the threshold. Yeah, you definitely don't want to threshold that wild. Let's go closer until we can see it. Okay, there we can see them. Yeah, 0.01. Maybe a little bit more so we can get rid of that one as well. Has it broken the model yet? Let's try 0.3. 0.31. Let's try 0.4. It's interesting that that one there in the middle is still okay. Okay, I think that's the magic number and we'll leave it at that. Let's see, 0.82. Let's make it less, let's make it 0.4. So yes. Okay, so now if I exit isolation mode, everything still seems to be fine. And remember on this one, you don't need a fancy material. Let's restore the head material to it. Okay, I think I'm still in polygon mode. There we go. Okay, head, we'll put the material on that's supposed to be on it. And then for the hair, it's just matte black. So let's select material, we can call it Buttecup hair. And we'll go to the diffuse color and make it pitch black. There we go. And we'll apply that to this object. Okay, let's turn off edged faces. And then we can scroll around with the model and see. Yeah, it's not bad. Not sure if it's perfect. But hey, she's got a weird hairstyle. I mean, what do you want? Maybe it could come out a bit. You know what, we could still do that. I could maybe just make it come out a bit more round. And you would do that simply by selecting your edit mode. Okay, I'm in the wrong object. There we go. And then you can just select the verts you want and bring them out a bit. I'm not going to stop the video for that. That's just something else. little finishing touches that you can add on yourself. Okay, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below, tell us what you think, click the like button below. Otherwise, you can follow us and send us messages on our Facebook pages. We've got 2 of them, our Twitter, the Instagram, the YouTube channel, or our traditional websites if you like that kind of thing.
This video is awesome. PeachyDragon.com. Happy creative stuff.